Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna play in my altered book art junk journal. Let's get started. So I'm back at my regular desk, and today I want to play in my art junk journal because I haven't done much in it. But first I want to show you what I did. I covered the first page and I made a pocket and I made this journaling tag using the top cover of a tissue box, the one that you remove to be able to take your tissues out. So I really like how this one turned out. I wanted to cover the title page because, as I mentioned in my previous video where I did the cover for this journal, and that I'm gonna link down below, so go and watch that video first if you haven't yet. The title of the book, it's not very friendly, so I wanted to get rid of that before I continue working on this journal. The other thing that happened is that the pocket I made in that previous video tore apart. So basically I tried to use it and the pages torn. I think they are just too old. The date on this book of the copyright, it's 1888, but I don't know if this edition is that year. But regardless, it's a very old book, so I think I'm gonna have to be very careful with what I'm gonna do with the pages. So I want to fix this maybe today, but first I want to remove some pages because now that I made this pocket, I noticed that it's already getting too bulky and I think I have too many pages in here. So I'm gonna go and remove some pages. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna speed the process up, I think. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to figure out what type of binding this book has. And I've noticed that it has many signatures, I don't know how many, and they are sewn in. And that means that I can go to the center of my signature, like this one, for example, where I can clearly see the threads in there. So I can just remove those two pages. Actually, I'm not gonna remove the first pages because I like that there is a lot of text on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and find another signature. I think it's easier if I put it like this and then see where the book naturally opens. Oh, that's the same one. Let's ignore that one. Okay, so here there is one. I think it's easier to do it how I just did it. And I'm gonna remove, oh, careful, very careful. So we have those. I'm gonna get rid of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove a few more and I'll be back. Okay, so I only removed 3 of the center or the middle of the signature, and I'm getting nervous that I'm gonna cut the threads since this is a very old, please ignore what it says in this book, don't read it. This is very old thread. So I'm gonna use another technique for this, which is just grab a random page. Oh, this paper is very, very, very flimsy. And then try to figure out where the other side of that page is, which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Oh, look at this. These two, don't read that. These two pages are glued together. Maybe, okay, I got rid of that one. Okay, so I removed a few, several, I guess, more than what I thought I wanted to remove. I don't want to count them, honestly. But my spine is suffering. So I probably could have removed more, and I'm pretty sure I didn't find one of the single ones. No, that's a double one. One of the single ones, I couldn't find the one that corresponded to it. So I'm sure I'm gonna find it out later when I find a loose page. But now it's a lot thinner. So I think it has more room to grow. And I can always remove more pages as I go, but wanted to show you that the threads are starting to come off. That's why I didn't want to keep removing the middle page. And in some other places where I unglued these pages here, but it starting to look not very sturdy now because it's very old. I can tell this paper it's not gonna resist much work to it, but I still want to use it. I'm not gonna throw it out, but because this book it's not very friendly and the writing it's not something that I would like to see a lot. I want to paint some pages, so maybe we'll do that now. But before, let's fix this pocket. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is to just add some art glitter glue. My tip is very clogged again. Okay, I'm having so many glue issues. I guess this means that you should never take a break from crafting because your glue won't forgive you. Just why did you abandon me? Now I'm gonna be all dry and clogged for you. Okay, now we're talking. So I just want to glue that in there. I don't mind if it's not perfect because I think the goal it's gonna be to just cover it. There isn't much I can do with it. I still want to have a front pocket and I have a few options. I can use another sort of paper in here. Oops. Or I can use one of these pages to create the pocket. And I know I said that this paper it's very flimsy, but what if we make it double? Not enough because I'm gonna have to make a big pocket. I can glue these two pages together. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna leave this on the side to dry. And the first thing I'm gonna do with this is to just add glue stick. A lot of glue stick to just glue these two pages together. Oops, I'm moving everything. Oh no! So this is a book about dissection. That's all I'm gonna say. So it talks a lot about body parts, and I don't know. I don't really want to have all of those words in there. Okay, but now we have a stronger paper, and next I want to paint this. So I'm gonna put a piece of magazine, a magazine page, I guess, not piece of magazine. And I'm gonna use my white acrylic paint. And we're just gonna add a few drops in there. It's just gonna be simple and messy. And I'm using this very old, I guess, foam brush to just smear it. It did absorb a lot. I didn't think I was gonna absorb because this is so dry. So I guess I need more. You know what? I need a credit card, but I don't have one that I could use right now to just spread the paint. This doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, I know it's not gonna be perfect, but I think it's gonna give some more strength to the paper. I hope so. And we also cover, the unwanted text. I don't need to do the other side because the other side it's going to be attached to my book page. So one side is good enough. This paint is drying so fast, which is good. Oh no, I got paint in my nail that I just painted. Okay, so let's see how big do we want this, because I think I need to trim it a little bit once it's dry. Yeah. And I'm going to probably, well, do I want it like this? The whole size? Maybe I'm gonna trim all the edges, I guess. All that empty space with no writing. But before that, I want to do something else with here. This is almost, it's still wet, but not that wet. So I want to use a stencil. This one, I don't know. Let's see which one. Okay, maybe just this one. And put it there. Okay, and I'm gonna use this Kids acrylic paint. It's the Mondo Llama from Target brand. It's literally kids paint. And this makeup sponge that I've already used paint with it. Okay, this is very hard to open. Oh, but it's there. It's like a bronze color. I don't know. So I'm gonna grab a little bit with the sponge. I don't know about techniques, so this is just what I'm doing now with the flow. Don't come to learn techniques here. This is way too much paint, so I'm gonna mess it up. So I'm gonna try to put some paint there. Oh, I love this color. It's really like a copper color, maybe. So what I'm doing is just dabbing the paint into my stencil. And I'm seeing there a few spaces where there is no paint. You really need very little paint with this. Oop. And I'm gonna grab a tissue. Look how cute my tissues are. So I'm just gonna try to remove some of the excess. I'm sure excess. I'm sure this works better with a wet wipe, but I don't have any. So I'm just using what I have in hand. So, ooh, I like it. There is something there. Oh, I really like it. I like that it's not perfect and it's shiny. Okay, so now it's time to trim the edges of this. And I'm gonna use my ruler and my craft knife and try to get this as straight as possible. I'm not gonna measure anything, I just want a straight, clean trimming. As I said, I'm gonna remove the parts that don't have any writing. I'm just aligning the paper to my mat, and I guess I'm cutting about 1 centimeter or so because I'm aligning my ruler to the ones to 1 centimeter, but but I'm not measuring. And obviously, I can use this for something else. Oh, it already looks good. I guess this is something that you can do with your old books, just to make a page like this. To make junk journal embellishments. Oh, it looks very cute. So here I'm gonna remove more than 1 centimeter. Okay, I could keep adding things to this. Let's stamp art, just the word art, because this is an art journal. And why do I call it art journal? It's because I just want to experiment things in there. It's still gonna be junk, but maybe I'll experiment with mixed media, which is my kids' paint. I don't have fancy supplies, but I believe you can do art with whatever you have in hand. You don't need to have fancy paints to just play with it, you know? Well, now it needs something here. I want to write junk because that's what we're gonna do. I guess it should be junk art, but well, this is very crooked and I don't care. Okay, so how is this looking? I'm very tempted to do something that I didn't want to do, but now I think I need to do it. I'm gonna take this to my sewing machine. I'm just gonna do a knot here. What if we cut, okay, before sewing machine, let's cut a big notch here. I'm gonna use my biggest hole punch, which is 2 inches, and I'm just gonna try to center it, and we're gonna do like half a circle. Oh, that's a big notch. Okay, so now the question is, do I sew here? Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna take this to my sewing machine and I'll be back. So my sewing machine was not cooperating and it made a mess, a big mess. And now I think I need to fix it. My bobbin thread was never attached. Oh, and look at that. I made a boo-boo. I think this paper is too flimsy for the sewing machine anyways. So, I don't know if you can tell, but now here it's perforated and this can rip easily. One option is to cover this. Well, maybe I'll do this. I'll put this on the back. Let's glue these strips on the back just to reinforce that. Yeah, and I will add a little bit of height to my pocket. So let's do that. I'm gonna actually, well, no, where do I add the glue? Here? Well, here. So I'm just gonna cover that. So now let's do the other side as well. I'm just hoping this is going to work because I'm not sure if it's going to work. Am I on frame? Maybe I'm not on frame. Okay, so I'm going to trim the bottom like that. And I'm gonna add this one to the bottom as well. But I'm gonna cut this one before I glue it. gonna mark where. So now we have that, and we have kind of a border on that side and nothing on this. Well, let's draw a border. Why not? I'm gonna use this Faber-Castell, is that, I don't know how you say it, and fine. And I'm gonna kind of recreate that very lightly. And you know what? I'm gonna do a line. I'm gonna pretend this is a sewing line. And go over that. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. It's like a frame of sorts. Okay, I want to round the corners, and I'm gonna use the middle size. Oh, I did bend this while I was trying to sew it. Big mistake. Now it has that crack. But, you know, it's not too terrible after everything that has happened. So I am going to ink the edges now. Making sure my notch is also inked. I think this always adds more character to whatever you do. I like to do like the vignette thing, so I make it darker on the corners. Oh, I'm just gonna do a little bit over. Look at that. I can make that crack in the page more intentional, I guess, if I put ink on top. I don't know, now I really like it. Okay, so now we're gonna attempt to glue this here. I think I left it not wide enough because now I see the notch in there. So I have two options. I glue it closer to the edge, or I just glue it center, but then we see the notch in there. I don't know if I want to put more washi tape in here. I think let's just see the notch. If someone asks, I can tell them the story, but no one's gonna ask, that's for sure. So I'm adding my glue on 3 sides, and I'm adding it on top of that extra piece of paper I put in there. So that's gonna make my pocket less flat than normal. Let's see if I can add things to the pocket as I go. I am concerned that the glue is not gonna glue on the washi tape, but let's see. I'm gonna push with my plastic knife. Okay, I mean, it looks like it worked. I don't know if I want to use, I'm just gonna use this. Ooh, yes, actually that goes great there. Now I'm gonna have to make something to go in there. Oh, I really like it. What do you think? I think it looks great. So I wanted to have a big pocket here to put papers that I'm gonna be using in this journal, but I'm afraid to open this too much. So I think I'm just gonna stick to tags and things like that that can slide easily, because if I try to put more flimsy paper. Oh, maybe this would work if I fold it. Yeah, that would also work. I think for this journal, I'm not attempting to finish every page in one go. I think I'm gonna keep working on them. I'm debating whether I want to date the pages. Maybe I should. I didn't date this one, and I don't remember when I did it. I should have dated the tag at least. So maybe I'll date this one. The question is, do I have my date stamp? I do. So you'll know when I'm filming this is September 6th. So I'm gonna just put the date. Is that the right orientation? I think so. We'll know. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. I don't know when I did this. I don't remember. Not long ago, but I don't want to invent a date, although I could. And whenever I add another piece to this, like a tag or something, I will date that as well. I'm just doing that for me to keep record of what I'm doing. I really love it. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this bucket. I think it turned out great despite all the problem I had. Now, before I go, I want to do one more thing here on this page because I don't know, I just feel like I need to. This is a notebook page, not a notebook, a notepad. I think I mentioned in my last video that I violated my own rule and I did buy some things. I bought a notepad at TJ Maxx and it has this type of paper. So I don't have the notepad right here. I'll show you whenever I have it in hand. But it goes like this. It's scalloped edges and it goes like a cascade and it looks so pretty. But I dyed this. Oh, look at this. This turned out so pretty. I coffee dyed these pages. That's what I used there. But I think I want to write something here. Let's see what I write. I'm gonna speed this up and then we'll talk about what I wrote. Okay, so I wrote Art Junk Journal, a place to experiment and have fun, because this is what's gonna be. And I'm gonna put today's date under there. I wanted to do some fun lettering. Not very fun. I think I could have done a better work. But I use my Pentel Touch brush pen. It's drying out as everything I'm using right now. So I need to find a new one. I do have a new one for this. So yeah, I like that. I like that this is what this journal is gonna be. And I don't want that to be, seen there, so it can be hidden. Oh, also this bucket has a belly band, so I need to make something to go in there. I need to make things to go in this bucket, and I have so many pages to work with, which it's gonna make it more bulky. So I think next time I'm gonna work on some pages over here, and we're just gonna have to keeping track of how many pages I have and how many pages I need to remove. So yeah, that's it. Let's see how long I work on this journal for. I don't want to abandon it, but I do have other ideas of things I want to do, so it's not going to be just this journal for now. And that's it for today. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time soon. Bye.